Hello guys, it's Shadows Rain here today with another comparison video for you since you all like them all so much. Today, both two-shot, both can rip in Warzone, both have one-tap potential, but which one is better? More usable, and when should you be looking to use one over the other? The answer may seem obvious, but know that the EBR does have a place in Warzone. We will have an even bigger place for when the Fal gets nerfed, which you all know is coming. So this video will still be relevant as both these guns are actually in separate areas of the meta, believe it or not. In this video I will explain why, talking about each gun separately briefly before directly comparing them together. So if you want to find out which one to use to taste those sweet death chat tears, then stick around. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video as well, because with the A1A we are educating, entertaining and obtaining those wins together as a community. So let's start with the Fal. The Fal was a 3-shot kill, now is a 2, and in some cases 1 in multiplayer. It has a really fast rate of fire for people with good trigger fingers, like myself, and I'm assuming yourself. Get that practice in. So if you can keep up the maximum rate of fire with this is going to absolutely shred. Its maximum round that you can have, like the biggest magazine you can have for it, is 30, and it starts at 20. In Warzone, it uses assault rifle ammo, which is really nice, and has assault rifle handling. It's usable up to normal assault rifle ranges, which I'd say is about 60 meters-ish. A little further if range and recoil attachments, maybe 70 if you push it, but it will be a little bit hit markery in that area. It has an insane boost with the long barrel to both recoil and range. Well, I say insane, but it is really good. It does have the fastest time to kill in the game, and you all know it will be getting nerfed. I'll be shocked if this doesn't get nerfed before the next COD comes out. And it has what I would say is a medium skill gap, so you've got to actually be alright at COD to actually make this work. So if your KD's around 1, absolutely pick this gun up. If it's around the 0.6 area, you're probably going to struggle, but hey, go out there and prove me wrong. This is how I like to use this gun in multiplayer and in Warzone. This is how I'm running the Fal in multiplayer, so the rest of the class just depends on you and the game modes that you're playing. So I'm running attack laser on this to help with the aim down sight speed, a GI mini reflex just because it's clean and concise. I'm using the FSS close quarter stock, which is again going to help me with that aim down sight speed. You're now starting to see a theme here. I want it to be fast and aiming onto people as quickly as possible. I've got the Merc 4 grip, which is going to help with hip fire accuracy as well as recoil, and then I've got the 30 round mags, again because the more people you can kill, the better. So there's two ways that I've run this in Warzone. So I will run it the maximum range build, which is the monolithic suppressor, XRK marksman, Merc 4 grip, 30 round mags, and a sight. And that's going to give me a bit more consistency at longer ranges, making sure that I'm not using more shots to kill than I need to. The second one that I run is that I run with the EBR, which you'll see later on in the video, where I'm basically running it in a short configuration. These classes do work. So again, running it with the monolithic suppressors, give it that bit extra range. Run the 13-inch OSW power barrel, monocle reflex sight, and the close quarters stock with the Merc 4 grip. I'm running it like this purely because this gives you the most speed, and it gives you, basically treats the gun like a shotgun, SMG, and an assault rifle all in one little package. And with the Merc 4 grip there, you can obviously take people up close, and you can take people at range as well, with that added recoil reduction. I'm not running the extended mag on this one because speed is more important in this class setup. And to be fair, it should only be taking you 5 shots to kill people anyway. So that's 4 kills that you can get there, and that should be a squad. And the reload time isn't that harsh as well. So yeah, that's how I'm running this particular weapon. Now we should talk about the EBR. It's always had new Fal damage. It's got a usable rate of fire, although it's not the fastest, and it also one-taps to the head. But my god, it does so much damage in Warzone. It will break armor in one shot to the head up to about 70 meters. If it does not break their armor and you hit them in the head, they will be left with a total of 107 HP, meaning your next headshot will kill. And that's without attachments. This can be extended with attachments, and it's absolutely mental, like the long barrel and the monolithic suppressor. And to be honest, you should be using the monolithic suppressor anyway in Warzone. So it has super long range, which feels limitless. As it's super long range, it also has very little damage drop off. So you're not going to feel like you're doing a lot less damage out at stupid distances. like, you know, like distances where you shouldn't really be even thinking about taking a shot with a normal sniper, let alone a marksman rifle, it will still do really good damage. And then also to mention, it can be kitted to be super fast or ultra steady. You do have an AR build option for this weapon, which is usually recommended for multiplayer, but I will get into that in a minute. And it uses sniper ammo in Warzone, which is a massive problem. This gun is begging to be used for assault rifle ammo. Now, this is how I use the EBR in both multiplayer and in Warzone. So for the multiplayer EBR, I'm running it like this. So I have the 20 round mags, because, you know, you always want that. I'm using the Ranger foregrip to give me a little bit of aim and stability at longer ranges. I am using the extended barrel, the Forge Tac Precision 22-inch, because that gives you really good recoil control, and it also gives you really good bullet velocity. I am using the optic of choice, so that is the same for you. Whatever optic you like running on your guns, run that. And I am running the FSS Raider Chassis Elite, which is going to give me incredible aim down sight speed, aim walking movement speed, and sprint to fire speed. And this is going to help me get a lot of speed into the gun and get it into that assault rifle territory of being able to compete with them up close. Now, it is going to be slightly taking a little bit of time to aim down sight still compared to other submachine guns, but it is in and around assault rifles with this particular build, and I will show you how I'm running it in Warzone. So I'm actually running it with a Fal. These classes do work because they do work in separate versions of the meta, which we'll get to later on in the video. But in Warzone, I am currently running it with a monolithic suppressor because, obviously, again, I'm running it with that extended barrel for that bullet velocity more than anything else. The 20 round mags, because this also gives you more bullets in Warzone. So obviously if you have your 20 and then you've got your 40 in reserve, that gives you 60, and I think that is just a massive advantage compared to other sniper rifles. Well, it's not a massive advantage compared to other sniper rifles, but it's nice. The variable zoom scope, because it ranges where you would be using the Fal, you would be using normal iron sights or normal optic sights. The ranges you want to use in this is where you actually do start to need a scope. So the variable zoom starts at 3.5, which is actually quite nice. And then it goes up to 7, I believe it is. 7, no, it goes up to 8, sorry. So it does give you range. And then I'm using the F-Tac Precision Comb, which gives you loads of aim and stability. So that's the way I run that in multiplayer, in Warzone, sorry. So let's make a few direct comparisons. In time to kill, the Fal has a much higher time to kill in assault rifle range. If you can get that 3-shot headshot, that 3 headshots in Warzone, you will be dropping fully armored people in Warzone before they even know they're in danger. And the same applies in multiplayer, but now it's just 1 tap to the head. People will be dying and lobbies will be more triggered than Karens when they are told their coupon that expired 2 years ago cannot be used for that £5 discount on that £5 purchase. Don't be fooled into thinking this means the EBR is useless. Nope. Well, this will 1 tap to the head at much greater range, making it more useful in ranged fights as the Fal is only really usable in assault rifle range. After that, its lethality will diminish quicker than this game's player base will when the next COD comes out. Once you start having to slow down your fire rate with the Fal for any reason, the EBR starts to become superior very quickly. So really, its range may be assault rifle, but in this versus video, it's actually the range where you can use its maximum rate of fire that the Fal will win in this video. 2 taps to the head, sleep child for the EBR. Now, talking about the speed and handling, Fal is naturally extremely fast when compared to the EBR. Maybe not when compared to the other assault rifles, but they aren't in this versus series, so... Now, you've seen how I rock my EBR multiplayer, which is fast. Yes, it can be made faster, but then we're really hurting its recoil or sacrificing an ammo attachment. Speaking of which, just rocket the 20 mag. Makes no difference compared to the 50 in terms of handling, that's immediately noticeable. Fal is much faster, however, but the aim and stability at range is miles better on the EBR. Pretty much what you'd expect, really, to be honest. So, moving on to the feeling, the Fal feels like an absolute monster. In any range, you can utilize that rate of fire. Any range or scenario you can max out that trigger finger, good practice that is, lads, will be the ranges and situations you absolutely trash anybody you engage on. As mentioned before, taking somebody out of the fight before they can even call you out to their team. Though this gun technically requires good control to get the most out of it, it does not feel like you're in massive control when you're spamming it. It is so fun to use, even when you're smashing it up close in SMG range to smash your enemies to oblivion. You can even smash shotguns and SMGs up close actually, and it just feels so dirty. On the other hand, the EBR feels more controlled, consistent, concise, and reliable at range. The Fal is loose cannon, minigun of terror, and the EBR is the sophisticated rifle of anarchy. EBR is perfect for ground war. Its bullet velocity with the long barrel is incredible and makes it super easy to hit people at range. I love this choice in Warzone as well, as you can tell by some of my videos in Warzone. Just a bloody shame it uses that sniper ammo, which, to be fair, I am willing to compensate by carrying around munitions boxes. So, the meta conclusion. So let's have a look at the Warzone meta, because these weapons are actually in different places as mentioned before. The Fal is a weapon of choice, should be your main weapon, dispatching anyone in your immediate vicinity. Lethal in multiple situations and areas where the max DPS can be applied. Never mind the EBR, this should be your main weapon of choice over anything right now. EBR fits in the sniper range, which can be used in the pinch at closer range, which is the whole point of marksman rifles. You should never be using the EBR in an assault rifle range in Warzone, and likewise the Fal in sniper range. There is no contest in Warzone because technically you can run both these guns at the same time, as you've seen in some of the gameplay today, and actually have some success with it. If you are a skilled enough player, that's going to be absolutely fine to rock both at the same time. This versus episode though does have contests in multiplayer and ground war. In multiplayer you're going to be getting more consistent 2 shots of the EBR, however in the time you can get that 3rd shot off on the Fal, you could have made up for it. In multiplayer, your range is not going to be far enough often enough to benefit from using the EBR, because they both sit in the same space in multiplayer meta. So the Fal is the superior option in multiplayer, as you're going to be regularly... Sorry, I'll get those words out again, as you are regularly going to be challenged in assault rifle range. The EBR can get away with that, but it can't sustain that pressure continuously, unlike the Fal. Now in ground war it's different again. You'll be getting challenged in those ranges more often where the EBR is beneficial, and remember, your real world damage profile is the exact same, but it's at a much better range. In ground war the EBR is your friend. Doesn't matter what range they're at. Connect to the head, you win the fight. Hit their chest. In the next fight, you follow up. Sorry, not in the next fight. You immediately follow up with another shot, and they're dead. So that's where we stand with these weapons. Unless they buff the EBR ammo type or nerf the Fal, I can't see the Warzone meta changing, and I can't see the multiplayer meta changing either. This video should age well even after a buff or a nerf to either weapon, just because they're in different places in the meta right now. If the Fal goes back down to being a 3-shot kill to the body in multiplayer, then EBR starts becoming the logical choice. But until then, I hope you find this video useful, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing, as we are regularly dropping videos like this one. We upload entertaining gameplay videos, and we stream usually once or twice a week as well. And on top of that, we're dropping educational videos like this one too. So get hit and subscribe to be part of the AIM-on-8 and be part of a growing community to educate, entertain, and obtain those wins. Peace!